after a successful Sea Lion Thanksgiving Classic, the Point Loma women's basketball team getting ready to head out and open up conference play. Head coach Charity Elliott. A good win on Saturday kind of left the non-conference taste being overall positive.
Yeah.
But heading into conference play, what's your overall feeling right now?
Well, I think we've learned a lot in 6 games. I think we've seen some things that we have really improved on, and we're seeing some things that, hey, we still have a lot to learn. Excited about the group, though. I mean, you can't ask for a better just team camaraderie and culture and energy. Like, they're very, very united. They're very focused. They're very energetic. Obviously, I think this Hawaii trip is a tough one. It's 3 games in 5 days. And starting off with Hawaii Pacific obviously is going to be a challenge. So we'll see.
We talked a lot on Saturday after the win over Simon Fraser about it kind of being a bounce back, just because it was the back end of a back-to-back. But it kind of also seemed like it was a culmination of a lot of the things we've been talking about through the first 5-6 games. When you take away coming out of the win, do you feel like they're learning the lessons that they need to be learning at this point in the year?
I think so. I think some of that will still, kind of a TBA. We'll see if we've learned the lessons because, Simon Fraser, that's a very good team. We come out in the first half and we just can't miss a shot. We're playing really well. We get a lead. Well, the second half there was a definite drop off in our energy, and I mean, you give a good team some confidence and a little bit of breathing room. They really took advantage of it and obviously made it a really close game down the stretch. So that's a big lesson. So learning how to play with the lead, learning how to play from behind. We had that against San Marcos where, look, we keep playing and we came back and sort of made it a game at the end. So there's been a lot of things that I think they're seeing when we do things a certain way, we have success, and when we kind of go away from that or we start kind of going our own way, we're not seeing the success that we want. So I think we've learned lessons. I mean, I feel like we've seen definite improvement even through some, even in the losses, we've seen some improvements and some growth in a lot of areas. So I'm very pleased, very excited, still trying to figure out our rotation, still trying to figure out our bench and kind of just the different subbing. To be honest with you, that's kind of where I feel like I'm, just trying to find some consistency from them and from myself as well.
Sure. Well, one of the things that has been fairly consistent to start has been the three-point shooting, just under 40% so far from the season. One of the sparks there and maybe one of the more willing shooters from deep has been Allie Carrion, one of the new additions to this roster. Talk about her fit overall and what has she brought to the table that has kind of helped settle maybe that second unit? Yeah,
Allie has done a tremendous job, and I mean, she's really, it took her a little while, I think, to kind of figure out what was going on. She's basically the new one coming in to a team that's very established. I think it took her a little bit to kind of figure things out, but she's doing amazing now. She's a phenomenal passer, and sometimes passes to where her teammates should be instead of where they are. But, we always knew she was a tremendous shooter. Like, she is a great shooter. But the other things that she's bringing to us, it's been fun to watch her kind of grow into that and to think that, really this is her freshman year. So she's got a lot of more time with us, so that's exciting.
Yeah, she kind of came from almost a even more wild situation up north before coming here, but she settled in well. Another freshman settling in well has been Annika Thayer. Annika has been fantastic in the middle. She hits the game-winning layup or the shot that ends up putting you guys up late. Also 11 blocks in the first 6 games. What do you like the most about what she's bringing?
I laugh because Annika is she came in as well prepared physically and emotionally and just strength-wise than I've maybe had one or two other freshmen that really came in ready to go. Like she came in as one of the strongest and this doesn't happen for freshmen, right? She came in shape. She was ready to go. I think all of her hard work is paying off. She just has been consistent. She's been learning. She loves being challenged or pushed or stretched. Like she loves that. And so I think we're seeing tremendous improvement from her quickly because she just takes it all in and okay. And I mean, she's been such a surprise in so many positive ways, but literally it's her energy, and she's fearless. She's had some blocks that have been kind of ridiculous. So it's been fun.
Well, and I think the play at the end to regain the lead, which ended up being the game-winning bucket, the fact that she caught it kind of seemed out of nowhere, and then she was able to finish like it was just layup lines.
Yes, it was like a rip and finished on the other side and with her left hand. And it was like, okay. I mean, she doesn't play like a freshman. She has no fear. She just, and she's still doing some kind of silly things, but she's growing through it. And there's not very many things that I have to tell Annika twice. We'll correct one thing and she gets it. We move on from there. So that's why I think,
dream, right?
Literally. And I say that about all of them. They've all been so just open and welcoming and, wanting to just take it all in. And that's why I think, and we've really talked a lot about just brick by brick, little by little. We shouldn't be our best right now. And let's be okay with that. Let's just keep working. And let's be our best when we really need to be our best.
Well, and at a good point too. 4-2 through the non-conference portion of the schedule. Now we go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Thursday at Hawaii Pacific. Hawaii, all the other sports talk about it. It's a tricky trip because it's a lot of travel, but it's a business trip, even in Paradise. Talk about what you're looking for in terms of a start to conference play.
Yeah, well, I first of all, we live in Paradise ourselves.
Very true.
So it's hard I get it. It's Hawaii, and I think everybody looks forward to this trip, but I think it's also, from a coach's perspective, it's a really challenging trip because of 3 games in 5 days. And, the all the travel, all the, to the other island, figuring out practice times, and certainly COVID makes things even more challenging and difficult. But, I think we want to approach it. Yes, it's a business trip, but we're going to enjoy it. We're going to enjoy being together. But at the end of the day, we have, if we're truly on a mission and we're truly trying to accomplish certain things this year, we got to show up. And we've had some moments when, I would say we haven't really shown up. And you either, what do they say? Show up so you don't have to wake up. And we need to show up for these games because, these teams can be dangerous. They're all dangerous. Anybody in this conference, can beat anybody. So we need to show up. Well, the tip-off.
That starts 3 p.m. Thursday against Hawaii Pacific. That's Pacific time, 1 p.m. in Hawaii when Point Loma opens up their Hawaii trip against the Sharks. Head coach Charity Elliott, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.